Today, I'm breaking down 5 types of story hooks and how to turn them into complete paragraphs using my favorite strategy, hook, grounding, and transition. Do you want your story to start with instant action? Try a strong verb hook. Darting through the hallway, I barely dodged a flying backpack as a kid launched himself toward the cafeteria doors. My friend Zoe and I had just come back from band practice, and we couldn't stop laughing at how wild the lunch line had become. We didn't realize we were headed straight for the principal. That first sentence is our hook. We start with movement and energy with the word darting. The second sentence grounds the reader by telling them who's there, where they are, and what's happening. And that third line transitions us into the main story by hinting at what's coming next. Try a strong verb to launch your story into action. And don't forget to click the link below to get my free guided notes about formatting this paragraph. If you want your reader to feel like they just walked into a scene, start with dialogue. "We are so busted," Mia whispered, eyes wide as the principal marched toward us. "We had snuck out of the library 10 minutes ago, and we weren't exactly quiet about it. Now we had to come up with an excuse. Fast." That quote grabs attention right away. That's your hook. And then we ground the reader with background, where we are and what just happened. And finally, the transition creates forward motion. We're pulled into the next moment of the story. A line of dialogue can spark curiosity instantly. Try writing your own paragraph using this structure. If you want your reader to hear your story from the very first word, start with onomatopoeia. Crack. The sky split open with a blinding flash of lightning. I stood frozen on the porch, gripping the umbrella like a sword. I had 5 minutes to run across the field before the real storm hit. The sound crack acts as a dramatic hook. The next sentence grounds us with setting and emotion, where the character is and how they feel. And then the transition tells us what's at stake. There's a time limit and the action is just beginning. Use sound to draw your reader in, and then build your whole paragraph with a clear grounding sentence and the transition sentence after that into the main story. Do you want to hint at something mysterious from the past in your story? Try starting with a flashback. Last summer, we found the map buried under the old oak tree. It was the day after Ava's birthday, and we were bored and sunburnt and looking for adventure. That map changed everything. We start with the past, that's our hook. Then we ground the reader with context: when, where, who, and the mood. Finally, that transition sentence adds mystery and makes the reader ask, what happened next? Flashbacks are great for building suspense and curiosity. Try one and see how it pulls your readers in. If your reader loves solving puzzles or imagining what they would do, use a question hook at the beginning of your story. What would you do if you found a locked box with your name on it? I was alone in the attic, surrounded by dust and cobwebs, and I swear the box had just appeared. I wasn't sure if I should open it, but I reached for the key anyway. That first line asks a bold question. That's your hook. Then we ground the scene with sensory details and setting. Finally, the transition sentence pushes us forward. The character is about to make a big decision. Use a question to pull your reader into a mystery. Then make sure you finish your paragraph with the grounding and the transition into the main action of the story. So now you've seen 5 powerful ways to start a story. If you want to use this in your classroom, click the link below where you'll find free guided notes about each of these hooks that you can use with your students or with your own writing. Which hook is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.